So let everyone know.
Okay, so I am Sarah and I am 12 years old and I study in class 8 modern school Barakhamba Road, and I'm the founder of Pledge, that stands for peace, liberty, equality and justice. I like to read, I like to bake, and I like to travel, and also like to I also like to see like a lot of pretty views like Scotland and Scottish Highlands and stars that are very clear. So I have been to Hong Kong, Dubai, Spain, Portugal, and London and Scotland. And I was selected to go to. I was selected to attend an exchange program from my school to Spain, Teresa Braganza School in Spain, and there I had a buddy. Her name is Claudia Caceres, and she lives in Spain. And she told me about the culture, traditions, and beliefs they follow in Spain. And I also attended digital exchange program, and there I had my partner whose name is Naila Anderson, and she lives in Washington, D.C. And she's an African American. So she told me about the discrimination she's facing there. And that made me realize that racism is still out there and people are really suffering. So that is one of the things that made me they inspired me, and I started Pledge. So, yes, um, so I decided to start Pledge because in a world full of chaos, stress, violence, and discrimination, I wanted to do something to raise awareness and help those in need. One day I opened the newspaper and it was filled with reports against discrimination on racism, feminism, anti-Semitism, Black Lives Matter, and that had a great impact on me. And I think that we should be ashamed of something like this, because living in the 21st century where we are launching robots and satellites, we are covered with issues like Black Lives Matter, and I think that's something we should be ashamed of because we are living in the highest technology. So many people don't even know what is happening to other people and how the world is suffering, how the world is slowly becoming a place where no one cares about each other, where people don't care whether a person is suffering or not, where issues like Black Lives Matter, feminism, global warming, anti-Semitism, animal trafficking, and
यार
climate
पिलर ही नहीं
change,
मिल रहा. पिलर.
are just start of a million more issues maybe in this. In a world like this, I intend to leave a mark that I converted the negative into the positive. Here in Pledge, we take the negative and convert it into the positive. We raise awareness and help those in need through this platform. We express our thoughts on issues like Black Lives Matter, feminism, anti-Semitism, etc., and inspire people to take charge. Here we believe that we can change the part of the world we think should be changed, and we can make a difference if we wish to. So I am a 12-year-old girl of class 8, modern school, Barakhamba Road. I am a history buff, and I recently read books like Uncle Tom's Cabin, Little Women, Pride and Prejudice, When Calls the Heart, Annie Frank, Diary of a Young Girl, and Book Thief that changed my perspective so much that I created an Instagram and Facebook page called Pledge that stands for democratic values like peace, liberty, equality, and justice. So these are some of the issues we work upon. Black Lives Matter first. So I think it's a very important movement because people are suffering and they don't deserve that. Talking to my friend Naila, she's an African American who lives in Washington, D.C., made me realize that racism is still out there and it needs to be abolished because no one deserves to lead a life full of injustice and inequality. The next topic is feminism, and Women are underestimated because of certain stereotypes that people believe in. People underestimate women without even knowing what they're capable of, and I think it is the worst case scenario. Why is it that men are considered farmers when the woman of the house is doing all the chores, and men are considered potters when the woman is collecting all the earth? Lessons in living. We inspire people and we inspire people to to live life to the fullest. We help people and we tell them small techniques that might help and change their life. Anti-Semitism. It is basically hostility and prejudice against Jews. And I researched about what Hitler did. He persecuted the Jews and he tried to make Germany an anti-Semitic society. And that I'm against because I don't think we should stereotype or prejudice against any religion. Important historical topics, because history is very important and history can be repeated if we're not careful, and history always has a hand at helping us evolve and develop. Global warming and climate change, because that is what's happening these days, and it is one of the deadliest issues because it is very dangerous and we are responsible for what's happening. And maybe if we just start taking care and being responsible for what's happening, we can change the world and we can also make this world a better place. Then animal conservation, because animal trafficking and animal conservation, trafficking is very cruel and evil because we are killing innocent lives just to make handbags and shawls and belts out of their skin, and I think that is very cruel and evil. Then we have festivals and celebrations because we like to be a part of everyone's happiness and joy and celebrations. And because pledge does not follow any one religion, we believe in everything and every religion. Thank you for watching, and if there are any questions, we would love to hear.
Yeah, Sarah. So, what do you do at Pledge, and what are your future plans? It's good that a 12-year-old child has just thought of this thing and started something amazing like this. So, how do you plan ahead, and what exactly are you doing currently with Pledge?
Right now, we're trying to reach as many people as possible so that they are aware what is happening and how people are suffering, and so they are aware what is happening, and we share the fair news. We don't take sides, and we are very fair, and we share the fair news. And in future, I think we would like to help people raise awareness, and we would like to interview like different perspectives
Okay.
and
Okay.
fundraising. And I would like to fundraise because I am learning how to fundraise, and I would like to um, grow and evolve and develop as a company later.
Oh, oh, that's great. That's great. So, how do you, like you're saying, we make people aware? How do you make people aware? Means there's
We
already
write,
so much. Yeah.
yeah, so we write about issues like Black Lives Matter. Everyone might know about George Floyd, but everyone might not know that Black Lives Matter was started in 2013 by a death of an African American named Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
And after the death of George Floyd, Black Lives Matter was everyone was inspired by this, and it got really famous, but it was started in 2013.
Okay, even I wasn't aware of that. Okay. So apart from that, you have generally taken global issues more.
Yeah.
Uh, so what about, do you find India is the best place to live as a
Well,
girl? And what is your opinion about that?
I
Because,
think that I think that according to technology, we are going very well, but we can make a few improvements. Like we can abolish discrimination of all types, and we can try to be more globalized and not traffic animal, and we can start planting trees and we can economize a bit.
okay. So, and how has, because you have been in contact with a lot of diverse culture people, as you have told earlier.
Yeah.
So, how have those interactions, such interactions helped you? Like you just told you have a friend out there in
Yeah.
US, you have a friend in Spain. So, yeah, can you share something about?
So Yeah, so my friend Claudia, she lives in Spain. She told me about different cultures and different beliefs they follow in Spain. And my friend Naila, who lives in Washington, she told me about their culture, and that made me realize that whether we speak different languages, whether we come from different places, we all have same beliefs in different we all have same belief in different languages and in different religions. So we have same belief. We just follow other religions, but all the religions are basically same. Like they have the same beliefs and same customs, very similar.
Okay, so what I get it is that you want to say that pledge believes in universal values, which are
Yeah,
same for everyone, irrespective of
yeah,
region or race or gender or religion one belongs to. That's what pledge stands for.
yeah,
Sarah,
That's
somewhere in,
great.
yes,
somewhere in your communication, you said that people don't care about each other. For example, there are about
that
16.
is
One second. For example, there are 16 people in this group, and I'm sure that all these 16 people may care each other. And like this, if you go all through in the 760 crore population, there would be decent number of people who care for each other. And how did you make a blatant statement that people don't care each other? May I know more about
okay. So yeah, so basically, that is how the world is slowly changing. I mean, there are quite a lot of decent people in this world, but in my school, I have experienced this that people don't care. They um they they can ignore you, and they like a lot of friends. They don't care, so they are a bit mean and stuff. So that I've experienced. A lot of people are decent, but a lot of people are like that.
You are talking this with reference to your school, and what is your range of observation? You saw this in
That
your school, and where else you saw?
Yeah, so in my class, there are people who are being discriminated, and people don't stand up for them, and people who are being ignored, other people don't stand for them. They just watch, even though they think that it is wrong. They don't stand up for anyone, stuff like that.
In your observation, in about 100 people, how many people you feel that they don't care for others?
I think out of 100, at least 20 or 30, because there are a lot of decent people, but still there are people who can be a bit ignorant.
You mean 20 to 30 don't care for others? Is it so? Or it's
Yeah.
other way?
Huh?
20 to 30 don't care for others. Is that right?
Yeah, they can be a little ignorant.
Okay, good. I'm happy that you're placing 70 on the better side. Well, I also happen to be the founder of Sky Transformations. and you are the founder of Fledge. And somewhere you said that you would also want to convert negativity into positivity, negative thinking
Yes.
into positive. That's right? Correct?
Yes.
So I would like to extend and offer my collaboration. Our organization would like to have a collaboration with your organization to convert negativity into positivity all over the world, wherever we can. Shall we join hands and have a memorandum of understanding between our organizations?
Sure. Thank you.
Done. Let me have you. I'll post my mail ID and my contact number. Let me also have yours, and we will
Oh,
sign an
yes.
MOU between us and see how many people we can. How many things we can convert from negative to positive in our living life. And I bank on you a lot. Why? Because I'm only about 57 years young. I'm just about 57, and I think you are a 12-year-old lady. So I think easily you have got about another 88 years of life minimum. So if we can pass our legacy to you, we are sure that you will take it forward. We have that faith and belief in you. Well,
Thank you.
and my last point is, do you have a pledge for Pledge?
Well, yes, that's why we chose the name, because we take a pledge to try everything we can do.
You have designed you're written down a pledge, PLEDGE. You have one?
Well, we still have to write one because I just opened a pledge 1 month ago. But
Okay.
yeah, so we'll do that.
Wish you all the best. Great going. We are
Yeah.
proud of you. Proud of our Bharatiya Nari. Great. Wish you all the best. I'll leave my
Thank
mail
you.
ID with you.
Okay.
Sarah, would you like to thank everyone for listening patiently?
Yes. Thank you
Please
for
conclude the session.
Yes, sure. Thank you for listening, and I hope it was worth your time and energy.
Sarah, please don't miss to give your mail ID. I'm typing mine on the chat.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you my mail ID.
A quick question, because I think we have about 5 minutes, Sarah. If the link I posted on the chat is the correct one, so you have about 60 followers on your Facebook page. I'm curious to know what kind of things you plan to do to get more people engaged in it, or maybe I have the wrong page and you have a different page with more people. But even if you have more people, how do you plan to take this message to more people and get more people involved?
Right now I have joined incubation. I have joined an incubator program that teaches me how to fundraise and how to fundraise on my ideas. So I'm going to learn how to fundraise, and then I'm going to boost my posts, and I'm going to promote Pledge on Facebook, and I'm also going to make a website shortly.
When you said you are going to do the website and the promotions, but there are also a few other people who are working with you on this, who are helping you out, right? Or at least you mentioned you had some friends you were involved with.
Can you repeat? I didn't understand.
Yeah, you mentioned now that you are figuring out how to do the fundraising and you're going to make a web page. So is this going to be more your individual effort? Because I also thought you said about you were mentioning about some friends. So are they involved in running Pledge or supporting you on it, or is it just that they're your friends and this job work is all by you?
Yeah, so right now it's just me, but slowly when Pledge is evolving and developing, I'm going to form a team of tutors and people who are going to help me. And I'm also going to add some of my friends who live abroad so that they can tell me what's going on in America and Spain.
One of the reasons I was sort of keen to participate in the session is that a lot of times when people talk about online education and things, they are talking about children getting information from the internet, so articles or YouTube or Wikipedia. But this was an example of where children were taking. Sorry, I'd been on mute. Why I was interested in this session was that a lot of times online education is seen as children getting content from the internet, but this was an interesting example of children creating content, putting thoughts out there, influencing people, because otherwise children's voices are not present enough in the world. And I really hope that you have more success with this in future as well.
I was not able to hear you properly. Your voice was cracking.
Okay, let me try again. Maybe I'll try without the video in case. So lot of times online education, people think it's about children getting information from the internet, so reading articles or watching videos. But this was an example of somebody creating content and being an activist and trying to influence people. So not just receiving things, but putting things out there, which I think is a very powerful thing. And we do need to see more young people doing this sort of thing. So on one side, I hope you will have a lot more success, and I hope you will inspire other children also to do similar things.
Thank you.
Sarah, I've given you my mail ID and the contact number. Also,
okay, is it on chat box?
can you put it on the chat, please?
Okay, I've put mine as well.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.